Are you struggling with GCSE Venn diagram style questions? In this booklet, we're going to cover probability Venn diagrams. So question 1 says, the set contains all of the values from 1 to 12, where A are multiples of 2, B are multiples of 3, and the first part of this question is complete the Venn diagram, and then we need to find the probability of A and B. So what we're going to do first is list out all of the multiples of 2 in this set. So the multiples of 2 are going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Next we're going to look at the multiples of 3. So these are 3, 6, 9, 12. So the middle of this Venn diagram includes the multiples of 2 and also the multiples of 3. So these are the numbers that have 2 double lines underneath them. So that is 6 and 12. And then the multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 8, 10. And then the multiples of 3 are 3 and 9. And then all of the numbers that aren't a multiple of 2 or a multiple of 3 are on the outside of this Venn diagram. So they are 1, 5, 7, and 11. So that is the completed Venn diagram. And then part B says find the probability of A and B. So A and B is this middle region here. So it's the multiples of 2 and the multiples of 3. So we've got two numbers here out of a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the probability is 1 over 6. Question 2 says, given that the probability of A is equal to 0.7, we need to find the probability of A dash. So A dash means not A. So if the probability of A is 0.7 and all probabilities are out of 1, if we do 1 subtract 0.7, this will give me the probability of not A, which is equal to 0.3. Question 3 says shade the region that represents A and not B. So A and B is this middle region here, but we're asked to find A and not B. So the probability of A is all of this circle here, but this section here will include a bit of B, so the section that we're asked to shade is this section here. In question 4, it says in a group of 80 students, 30 study history, 40 study geography, and 10 study both, and 20 study neither. And we need to complete the Venn diagram. So when we're asked to input numbers into the Venn diagram, we always start off with what is in both. So there are 10 in both, so 10 will go in the middle. Now 30 study history, but of those 30 that study history, we'll have 10 people that study both. So 30 subtract 10 is equal to 20, so that 20 study history, and then for geography there are 40 that study geography, but again we've got those 10 that study both, so that means 30 study geography. So we've got 30 plus 20, which is equal to 50, plus 10 is 60, so that means 20 study neither, and that matches up with the question. Part B says find the probability of A or B. So A or B is this region here, so it's everything within the Venn diagram. So the probability here, we've got 20 plus 10 plus 30, which is equal to 60 over 80. So the probability will be 60 over 80, which is 6 over 8, which is 3 over 4, so 3/4. Question 5 says a survey of 100 people found that 45 like chocolate, 50 like crisps, 20 like both, and the rest like neither. And we need to draw the Venn diagram to show this information. I'm going to draw the outside box first, and then the two rings. And we're going to have chocolate and then crisps. So again, we're going to fill in the middle section first, so that is both. So 20 like both. We're going to look at the chocolate, so 45 like chocolate, but 20 like both. So 45 subtract 20, and this gives me 25. And then for crisps, we've got 50 like crisps, subtract the 20 that like both, and this gives me 30. And then we've got 30 plus 20 is 50, plus 25 is 75. So that means that 25 like neither, because there are 100 people, so all of the numbers need to add up to give us 100. Part B says find the probability that a person chosen at random only likes chocolate. So that is 25 out of 100, which is equal to a quarter. Question 6 says in a class of 30 students, 18 take maths, 15 take science, and 10 take both maths and science. And we need to represent this information on the Venn diagram. So let's draw our outer box, and then our circles, and then we've got maths and then science. So again, we're going to fill in this middle section first that include both, so 10 take maths and science. So 10 goes in the middle. Now 18 take maths, but of those 18, 10 take both, so we need to subtract them to give us 8. So 8 take maths, and then for the science, 15 take science, but 10 of those take both. So if we subtract them, we get 5. So 5, and then 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 10 gives me 23. So that means 7 take neither, because that is all of the numbers added up to give us the 30 students. So work out the probability that a student takes only one of the two subjects. So one of the two subjects means the probability of someone just taking maths plus the probability of someone just taking science. So when we look at the OR rule, we add, and when we look at the AND rule, we multiply. So in this case, we're looking at the OR rule because it's the probability of taking maths or taking science. So it's a student that takes only one of the two subjects, so maths or science. So the probability of maths is 8 out of 30, plus the probability of science is 5 out of 30. So this is equal to 13 over 30. Question 7 says, the set includes odd numbers from 1 to 29. And then we've got this list of A values and then B values, and then C is equal to these set of values. Part A says complete the Venn diagram. So what we need to do first is look at what is in both of the sets. So let's start with 1. So 1 only occurs in A. And then we look at 5. 5 occurs in A and C. So we can cross 5 off. Then we look at 9. 9 occurs in all 3. So that goes in the very center. And the next one is 13. 13 is included in A and C. And then we look at 17. 17 is included in A and C. The next one is 21. 21 is included in A and B. we look at 25. 25 is included in A and C. And then we look at the remainder of the numbers. So we've got 3. So 3 just occurs in B. We've got 15 that occurs in just B. And then we've got 27 that just occurs in B. And we've got 29 that occurs in C. So we've got 1, 3, 5. We don't have 7, so 7 needs to go on the outside. We've got 9. We don't have 11. Next one is 13. We have 13. The next one is 15. We have 15. The next one is 17. We have 17. The next one is 19. We don't have 19. The next one is 21. We have 21. The next one is 23. We don't have 23. The next one is 25. We have 25. We have 27. And we have 29. So that is the complete Venn diagram. We need to find the probability of A and B and C. So remember in previous questions, A and B was this middle intersection. So in this case, we're just looking at this section here. So we've only got one number out of a possible 15 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. A total of 200 visitors were surveyed at a theme park. 120 liked roller coasters, 90 liked water rides, and 60 liked both. We need to draw the Venn diagram. So we've got this outside set here. And then we're going to draw our rings. We've got roller coasters and then water slides. So we're going to fill in what are both first. So there's 60 that liked both. We've got 200 visitors, 120 like roller coasters, so 120, but of those 120, 60 like both, so we need to subtract them to give us 60. And then 90 liked water rides, but of those 90, 60 liked both, so we need to subtract them. 9 minus 6 is 3, so that's 30. And then we've got 60 plus 60, which is 120, plus 30, which is 150, and then 200 subtract 150 is 50. So that goes outside. Part B says calculate the probability that a randomly selected visitor liked neither type of ride. So that is 50, which is on the outside, out of a possible 200. And this gives me 5 over 20, which is equal to a quarter. So this concludes the video on probability Venn diagrams. Remember to drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.